Tonight, ahead of tomorrow's autumn statement, a special look at how the cost of living crisis is affecting people right across the country. For the past 6 months, ITV News has been following a group of people who've been telling us how they are making ends meet. Tonight, we hear from 3 of them, from a hard-working family that wears hats and coats indoors and who considered giving up the family dog, to a disabled woman who will go into debt as soon as she turns on the heating, and a restaurant owner who's having to lose money as costs soar. All of them are struggling, and with Christmas just around the corner, it is not getting any easier, as Chloe Keedy reports.
We did some English.
English, yeah.
And some science.
The school run may be getting colder.
What have you got there?
I made a jet.
But for Oliver and his mum Kate, the biggest challenge isn't keeping warm outside. Inside the house in North Devon, she rents with her partner and their 3 children. She keeps her coat on as she cooks their tea.
So what's for dinner then?
It is sausage and mash tonight. Right, go on then.
Would you say that things have got better or worse over the last 6 months or so?
They've not got worse, and that is down to, a lot of making changes, obviously to our lifestyles, taking on more work when we can.
Kate's partner is a full-time student, and despite her juggling 2 jobs and claiming universal credit, she still finds herself having to cut back.
So we started using a lot of own brands and basics ranges, and then also bulk buying, so we can bulk buy a 3 kilogram bag of pasta, which you can see up there. That's a lot of pasta.
But despite that, their food bill has gone up by £110 a month since last March.
The amount of times we were like, oh, we'll just get rid of the dog. That's an extra few quid a month, but...
Get rid of the family dog?
Yeah.
That's something you've considered?
Yeah.
Having to think about these things, is this a position that you ever envisaged yourself being in?
We certainly didn't see ourselves, sitting in coats and hats inside.
Their gas bills have actually gone down by £60 a month since March, but Kate says she's dreading what'll happen when the heating goes back on.
Have you noticed anything different at home over the last 6 months or a year or so?
We have a mini heater which we put in the living room, and then we have to shut the door so it keeps all the heat in, because we don't want to heat the whole house because it's very expensive. And with our food we have recipes which use no meat because meat is getting very expensive.
The cold weather just brings more decisions about what this family can afford to switch on and what will have to stay off.
When I get really, really cold, I will go and sit on a chair in the kitchen and put the oven on.
Jo has chronic arthritis, and when winter sets in, it gets worse.
Cold hurts, and sitting in front of the oven hurts. The lesser of 2 evils, though.
Jo can't work and relies on disability payments known as PIP, but says these days it's barely enough to cover the basics.
£1.45. That's 4 pints. I used to pay that for 6. There's going to be a point where I can't afford milk if it keeps going up. Yeah, and eggs are becoming a luxury. So since March, my food bill's gone up by at least £50 a month. My gas and electric has come down by £60 per month, but I haven't had the gas on since March.
And in the house in Stoke, she shares with her husband, who's also her full-time carer. That is how it will stay for now.
I will last as long as I possibly can, because if I put the heating on, I'll go into debt straight away.
Do you feel as though the government cares about people in your position?
I don't think they give people in my position a second thought. Some people say people on benefits get all this money. I wish we did. I really do, but we don't. And what we get is not enough to live on.
Are you worried that your benefits will be taken away?
Yeah, taken away or cut, or they're going to try and say to me that I need to look for work. I am barely existing now. If you take money off me, you'll kill me.
Yeah, the prices of produce is like all over the place at the moment. Very frustrating. Fish.
Fish.
Beef. It's really, really high.
In the kitchen of this Italian restaurant in Chester, they are constantly coming up with new menus just to try and keep on top of their costs.
The octopus went up as well, and that's why I didn't get it.
The octopus has gone up?
Yeah, doubled in price.
That was meant to be on the menu next week.
And it's not just food costs.
The rent has gone up by £300 a month since March, and it's just an added cost of what we're dealing with at the moment.
So are you able to make any profit at the moment?
Absolutely not. At the moment, it's all just about surviving and just trying to sort of keep the wolves away from the door, really. The stress levels are very, very high. The anxiety, the uncertainty. So the amount of food and drinks purchased on a monthly basis has gone up by £4,000. Something like this that we were paying probably 32 quid has gone to about 36, 38.
That's because of the duty?
Because of the duty.
But with customer numbers still recovering from COVID, Kingdom feels he has no choice but to absorb the costs himself.
Do you think the government could be doing more to support
Absolutely.
businesses like you?
Absolutely.
What should they be doing?
When it comes to the rates, even if it's the VAT, halving the VAT or getting rid of the VAT, I think there's a lot more that the government can do.
Kingdom will find out tomorrow whether there is anything in the Chancellor's budget that he thinks could help with his. If not, he gives this place his pride and joy, no more than 6 months to survive. And that means this Christmas could be its last. Chloe Keedy, ITV News.